went a bit haywire. Welcome, Dobby. Welcome to Drew's Paranormal Vlog, everybody. We have got the privilege to talk to Bree tonight, which has been long waited. And, of course, we have Christine back. And my co-host, our mystical love and light. And our beautiful sister, Sherry, joining us this week again. So, what do you want to talk about, ladies? Will we talk about spirits and spooky stuff? Would I make these big?
The spookier the better. Woo.
That's it. Oh, wee Dobby's been sitting patiently. Hi, Dobby.
Hey, Dobby.
If you sit easy, I can't see the comments, you see. We've been trying to get Brie on for ages, guys.
I've got the chat open.
I've got it on my tablet because I've not got the comments up. My phone's that small. The screen's wee small as it is. So if I had the chat up, you would be even smaller. So I've got the chat there. Welcome in, everybody. Yeah. So we wanted to talk to Brie and Christine together. We did try and Friday night here. No, Saturday here and Saturday night, Sunday morning there. But we get mixed up with times, guys. Australia and us is 9 hours apart. And I forgot sillily that they were in front of us and not behind. So what do you want to say, ladies? What do you want to talk about? Are you no modded, sis?
Whatever. No. It's up to you. If you see me jumping up, I'm turning the ceiling fan off. If you see me in the same shirt as the last live, it's because I throw it over the chair because it's cold back here in this room, and I throw my sweatshirt on with whatever I'm wearing, so I'm wearing the same shirt as before.
Oh, don't worry about it. Goodness sake. So, Brie, this chat, we were deciding to think that maybe the powers that be weren't going to let it happen. Remember the last time we started chatting, they turned the camera off on us, didn't they, on your phone?
Yep. Funnily enough, every time I've spoken about that particular topic, something happens.
Wow.
So,
crazy.
Try again, Brie.
Yeah, I know. I don't even know what we were talking about, but they just didn't like the situation and the topic.
We were talking about, was it the Hat Man?
Yeah, it was the Hat Man.
Oh, that's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. To let you understand, guys, I think everybody in our community has had some sort of experience with Hat Man, whether it be him in his full form or just as a shadow, haven't we?
I didn't know what it was until Mike.
Yeah, Mike. God love him, I know. I do feel as if Mike kind of hovers among us all when we do lives, especially. He's probably looking over my shoulder, then jumping to Christine's shoulder, to Cherry's, to Bree's. Mike was a special guy.
He's welcome here anytime.
Mike was very special.
I still can't watch his videos yet. Cry like a baby when I watch his videos.
Every time I tried the other day and I cried because it's still really weird not to have him around, but...
His son, I noticed, puts a lot of posts on Twitter about him and different things. He shares a lot. So, guys, see if you are missing Mike. Definitely add him on Twitter. It's still Mike the Naked Bigfoot because his son actually shares updates and things about him.
Yeah, there was one about the pond.
About the pond the other day, I think it was something about his dad had planted the lilies in the pond years ago, and he would be proud because the lilies have now came to the top and started floating. So that'll be Mike pushing them up.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about spooky stuff then. So Brie, tell us about your spooky stuff? Anything spooky? Just you tell us.
Well, I suppose the big one for me was a few years ago. I was gaming with a friend online and we had someone imitating voices. So we found out that it was attached to a big chunk of quartz that my sister had in her room.
Wow.
Quartz is now banned from our house.
Absolutely. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Again, Mike told us what that was.
Yeah.
So it was we found out later that the quartz had actually been taken from an old miner's hut up in the mountains, and Mike actually said it sounded like something that he'd been told about from his family of this spirit that was connected to the mountains, and it would try to imitate voices to lure people off the track, and they'd get lost and never found again in the mountains. So
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah,
which
welcome to our
Mike
house.
didn't know where the stone was found.
Right.
So very interesting there.
I
But
know.
yeah,
The
so
thing is, a quartz, I mean, the thing is, crystals and things, you wouldn't imagine that something like that would be attached to it, wouldn't you? Know? I mean, you think a crystal would be just stay clear and stay positive.
well, if you
No,
think about it, a crystal holds energy,
Uh-huh.
and you think about what
Chris-
a spirit is, it's energy.
Yeah,
So
I
That
know.
was the one thing that we did learn. The person that I've told you about, Drew, Deb, who is our witchy friend in
Yeah.
Australia,
We used to get her on.
she's actually becoming a gemologist. Oh, she said she's
Right.
happy to come on any time with you.
Good. We'll
And
work it out.
she confirmed quartz holds a memory. So
Right.
it can hold a memory from the land it's on. So any negative or positive spirit can attach to that gem or that quartz.
Right. Makes sense.
Uh, and then, yeah, and unfortunately, we had a negative energy attached to that one. So it's still on this property, it's just not inside the house
Go
anymore.
in the house.
yeah.
So did Mike
So-
actually pinpoint that's what it was, or did you already know it was the quartz that was causing these,
no.
or did Mike tell
No.
you?
Mike told us.
Right.
Have you ever tried doing a session, a spirit box session with that quartz?
At
Given
the
it was
time,
physically
no, we just-
attacking us, no.
Oh,
We just wanted
that
it
was a
out.
bad
Yeah, it was throwing things around the house. It was imitating us. It was threatening people that came and stayed here. It was physically harming us. It's the only negativity that we've had in this house. We have lots of spirits still, but it's the only negativity we've had.
Was it negativity like harming you, or negativity like getting your attention? Hey, listen up,
No
I'm
harming.
here.
Harming.
We would wake up with bruises.
Maybe just
and take
didn't
them
want
for
to be in the
months.
house.
Yeah, we
What
wake
did
up with
Mike
bruises,
say about
scratches.
it? What did Mike
Get rid of
actually
it.
say?
Get
That
rid
the
of it.
spirit
But when he
was
told
that
us what
mine?
he thought it was,
Is that mine I'm hearing?
I think so.
No,
That's not mine.
I don't think there's anybody think that was a voice.
No, it's a lot of static. Y'all not
Static.
hearing
Static.
that? Are y'all hearing
I'm
it?
hearing it.
Yeah.
I can hear it.
I
It
heard
is
an
a
echo.
voice. It's a voice. I'm hearing
A
a voice.
It's a voice.
Let's wait. Let's
Mike,
listen.
is that you? If it's you, Mike, can you try and make yourself known?
It sounds like a spirit box is on.
Yeah.
Try and talk to us if it is you, Mike, or any other
Sherry.
spirit.
Sherry, is that your phone again?
No, my phone's here.
Oh, it's not the vibrating phone tonight. Can anybody in chat hear that? Dobby, can you hear that voice?
Here it is again. I just
I've
heard that
heard it
here.
constantly.
Yeah, it hasn't stopped for me.
Yeah, it's a continuous. Every now and then I hear a voice trying to come through.
I've not got headphones on.
Stick some headphones on, Drew. I've just got earpods in and I can hear
Is there
it quite
is there
clearly.
anyone here that's trying to talk?
Now it's going down. Soon as Sherry started talking, it started asking questions. It's going down.
It's still a dull murmur in the background, but it's there.
Yeah, and I still hear the talking.
Who is
My
it that's
phone-
here?
And my phone is off, so it's not my phone.
I'm on my phone.
It's not mine.
Yes, so am I.
It's not mine.
I'm using mine.
Me too.
So
Yeah,
Who
we're
is
both
it that's
on
here?
ours.
Can you say who you are? Can you do something?
leave us a message.
Bree, just look out that it's not here.
It's a man's
'Cause
voice.
last time it came and got you.
I
I
can
find
feel
it's night.
energy here. A very strong energy at the minute.
I did warn you, I have
It
had
does.
something playing with electronics lately.
Yep.
No, there's something here, Bree. It's here. It's in my room.
Is it you, Mike? Are you trying to let us know that you are here?
It's nuts because I can feel something here as well.
It's as if he's trying to let us know that he's here and
Hey,
everywhere.
look, well, he's looking over us. That's okay.
Thank you, Mike, for letting us know you're around us. Means a lot.
It's a man's voice, and then there's another softer voice in the background, like it's also trying to come through.
Just keep talking, because we will hear it when we play it back. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Anyway, back to the crystal then. So, what do you think was negative that was attached to it then? Do you think it was something that just didn't want to be in the house?
I don't know. That's what Mike was the one that picked up, that it was an energy from a mountain, is what his research. He didn't say exactly, or he may have told Brianna in a bit more detail than me.
Right.
But it was.
Touched there, Sherry.
Somebody touched my hair. I don't like my hair being touched.
I've got a.
Yes. So it was someone from a mountain energy, and it's where it's found. And that's when we found out, because my uncle actually was the one that gave it to Cheyenne.
Right.
And that was when we found out that he got it from an old miner's hut in the mountains.
Right. It makes you wonder if that's why it was left there.
And it was like a big chunk of quartz, like big.
Oh, wow.
And it was just a cluster. So it was a natural cluster. It hadn't been altered in any way. So it was still the way it was taken out of the land. So it wouldn't surprise me if it was an elemental type of energy.
Sherry on the right side of you. Sherry has somebody on the right side of her, because I can clearly see.
Yeah, float that. You can see it. There's black, the shadow.
And her aura went from blue to orange. Excuse me.
Who's with us? Try and tell us.
It's really weird because I haven't seen that moth all day, and the moth suddenly come back in the room.
Oh, see, that's interesting, because I've always thought that moths and things are spirits.
They are symbolised. I've always believed that, and that through the witchcraft and through my
butterflies as well.
Flowers, butterflies, moths, dragonflies. All of these are all signs of spiritual energy. And it's just literally, as we were talking about Mike and I was thinking about my granddad, 2 moths have flown in here. 2 of them.
Well, there you go. You've got Mike and your granddad playing with you at the moment.
Yep.
And somebody touched my head, and I've definitely got somebody over here, but they're not showing who they are at the minute.
Oh, Mike would definitely touch your head if he knew you didn't like it, just to annoy you.
Oh, I know what Mike is like. That's why.
Definitely. He'd be sitting pulling your hair.
He used to love to play.
Yeah, that's a story for another day. My tea's cold.
Absolutely.
It's just interesting that the spirits all start to pop out when we talk about Mike, isn't it? And him advising you in the haunted crystal.
He was
so what else?
Anyway.
What else? I know you've got loads of spooky stories.
Well, so the story with the crystal that particular night, I was actually gaming with a friend online, and I said to him that I was going to be back in a minute. I'd going to the bathroom. You know, we're close, but not that close. Put my headset down, and when I came back, he's gone, I thought you said you were going to the bathroom, and I've gone, well, yeah, I did, and I came back. And he said we'd been talking the whole time, and I had been responding intelligently to what he'd been saying, and then I heard a woman laughing down the hallway.
Wow.
So,
see, that's crazy, isn't it? Wonder what they were saying though. Did she know about your game? Because then that means that she's been peering over your shoulder all the time.
Well, for the rest of the night, she was running around I was sitting in the lounge room, and you'd hear stomping down the hallway. She'd be running around the lounge room, knocking things over, moving things, laughing.
Throwing things off your wardrobe at you.
Yeah.
Goodness. So is that something that was attached to you then, or was that one of the spirits that's attached to the house?
No, that was attached. That's the one that was attached to the quartz. The moment we took the quartz out of the house, it all stopped.
Right. See, wow.
Except Furby. Furby didn't stop.
Furby didn't stop. So I got one of the new Furbies.
Right.
And the part they don't tell you is if you neglect them, they come across as this demonic voice. There is no warning.
Evil.
If you have children, do not buy this. It's terrifying. And this one day, my Furby decided to turn on with that angry voice and start telling me off, basically, and yelling at me. It had no batteries in it.
Oh, wow.
So
it's not an evil Furby after all.
I was on the phone to a friend at the time, and he's never heard me scream before, but that one did it.
No wonder. Oh my. That's the thing, that's the danger of the things that record though, isn't it? So does Furbies record your voice then? Or does it just, I've never had a Furby. Well, the Wayne had one, but it never worked.
The old ones did. The new ones don't.
Right.
But if you don't play with it for an extended period of time, then when it starts up, it'll start up in this really angry voice.
Right.
It's almost like it registers it's been neglected.
Because we couldn't get
Furby.
Yeah, Liam had one, but we couldn't get it to work. And when it did work, it was a different language, so we just never ever put batteries in it again.
I used to love when they fell asleep, like they would do that thing with their ears and that would go up and down. It'd go,
yeah,
that's about all it did do. Was that?
My cousin had one of the old Furbies, but she got to the point where she couldn't turn hers on anymore because she just kept swearing at it. So the moment it would wake up, it would just start swearing at everything. Yeah.
Well.
So she couldn't turn hers on anymore because it just learnt too many bad words.
Yeah. So where's the haunted Furby now then?
It's still in my room. hasn't turned back on recently.
Oh dear.
Yeah. It's still got no batteries in it. What was that?
Can you get it to show them what it is? Grab it and bring it on camera so they can see it.
It maybe decide to start talking with all of us here.
You know.
Oh, I hope not.
I don't know.
We'll re-awoke it.
We'll see a Furby flying off screen if it starts talking, because I don't think she'll
Yes, she will.
That's a shame. She was nice and comfortable.
I
was. Be aware, if it starts talking, you will see a flying Furby, guys. Okay.
Well, some of the kids' toys you can use as ghost hunting tools. Look at the ones that light up and things. You can use them as tools.
Yep. Drew, while she's getting that, I had mentioned to Lee today that I wanted to go back to the Sensabaugh Tunnel and do another investigation. You know, since we had heard, you know, the sobbing, the crying, you know, the baby saying mama. I was telling Lee today that I wanted to go back. And then I saw on Facebook someone was killed right there close to the Sensabaugh Tunnel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'm like, I had messaged, when I saw the message, I commented and said, was it inside the Sensabaugh Tunnel or was it outside the Sensabaugh Tunnel? But I never got a reply back. So when I go back to do another investigation, besides that one, I want to ask about Summer, and I'm going to see if I can get any information on what happened today that... So,
it could be the spirit what you could go in your head.
Because they said a body was found there. So
right.
I'm gonna try to find that out.
Crazy. So have you got the
So
hunt?
this
Oh,
is
that's
the
a nice
culprit.
one. Oh, that's
Oh,
lovely. My colours. Hello, little fur bed. Do you want to talk to us?
how cute.
Do you want to speak to us? And if it starts speaking, we'll all run.
Yeah,
It's
I'll
lovely
be long
too. It's
gone.
very filling. You should
Well, if
just
she doesn't
let's
bring it
keep it
here,
sitting there then and see if it's at the energy. All of us maybe energise it.
What was that? Sorry.
I said maybe you should just let it sit there and the energy of all of us maybe energise it to speak.
Yeah,
has it got batteries in
it's
it,
sitting
Brie?
here next to the camera. What was that?
Has it got batteries in it?
Don't think so. I can go put some in if you want.
No, I would leave them out and see if it does it. Then we know it's
All
the
right.
spirits.
Don't matter, but even
Right.
with the batteries in, if there is something attached to it, it'll talk through it anyway.
Yeah,
It'll
Yeah.
just do
especially if it did it before.
Brie, when we go to Beechworth or Arrowdale, we'll take it with us
Yeah.
because it'll
There's
Okay.
feed
kids in
energy.
there as well. Kids
We
will
put the
play with
batteries in it so that there's energy with it.
So what's your experience with some of these haunted prisons and things that you have went to, Brie?
The only one that I've actually been to was the Melbourne jail.
Right.
And it was
You
it was
had
a
trouble
very
near the
weird
gallows.
experience. What was that?
You had trouble near the gallows.
Yeah, it
So
just
I
it
had
felt
trouble
very
on level
heavy,
3.
very almost like
Oppressive.
being in a really heavy fog.
Right.
And I know Mum had issues going upstairs where the women and children were. I was able to go up there, but I felt quite uneasy up there.
Right.
It felt like it was somewhere I wasn't meant to be.
Right.
It felt very sad, to be honest.
Yeah, it would feel sad, wouldn't it?
Yeah, especially to feel that there were children there.
When you get that feeling, I mean, you still be able to answer this, Mystical and Sherry. See, when you get that feeling, you feel as if you're like involved and you're consumed. Is that because there's that many spirits, or is it because there's one spirit sucking out all the energy?
Either one.
It can be both.
Right.
It can be
Because I
both.
wondered that as well.
If I go into a place where it's notoriously known for having lots of energy, then yeah, we're going to feel a lot of energy because of our abilities and that. But
Right.
it can even happen with just the one spirit. You can get just as drained with one spirit trying to communicate with you than you can with a load of them. So
I wondered that because when I was up at that bridge where the witch attacked me, it's an open space, but all of a sudden it felt as if it was consumed, if you know what I mean, with hundreds of people. So I just wondered if it was maybe the spirit must have been taking out all the energy then. Just with you saying it as well,
Sorry?
I wondered. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Miss.
Sorry, Drew. Did something just come through? Did anyone hear a voice just come through?
Yeah.
I heard a click in here, but I don't know if it was...
No, I heard a voice.
Is there anybody here want to move something? I did hear a wee click.
Don't know why, but I just felt like something about the that Furby. I do feel like the energy's there with the Furby at the minute.
It's sitting right beside the phone right now.
Yeah, the energy.
You pick up anything mystical?
Actually, not. Earlier I was when she first brought it out, but not right now because I got like a whole full body chill a while ago when she brought it out.
Yeah, well, I've just got that feeling now, and I can see a very dark mass standing near it.
There's a noise again.
Yeah, it's there. It's coming from that Furby. Not from the Furby, but it is the Furby. It's whatever's connected to the Furby's doing something weird.
I'll tell you
It's
what,
coming back.
I'll put it
And
up
it's
here so
literally that
everyone
bad
can
that
see
I
it.
can feel my hand starting to sweat. That's how I know that it's not something good.
Do you have any K2 meters or anything?
I have got
I do.
my equipment just
Mum
here.
does.
Do you want to
I'll
put a
bring it
K2 meter beside it?
Yep. My turn to move.
Oh, sorry, Missy. Oh, sorry.
There is actually one other experience that I could tell you about that's a bit creepy,
Yes,
and
please.
I haven't shared it with anyone before.
Oh, you better wait till your mommy comes back. She might
We
be
get the
upset.
It's
exclusive.
okay. I can still hear you. I can still hear.
Yeah, you get the exclusive here.
Yes. Well, so we've got the K2 meter.
Right. Good stuff. Good stuff.
See, and right now what I'm
Face
picking
it to the
up,
camera, Brie.
right now what I'm picking up is wind.
When, right.
That's what I'm picking up, wind. You know how I tell you?
Maybe try to get
Sometimes,
energy.
yeah, sometimes when spirits start to form, I'll see them in like a whirlwind. I'm picking up that whirlwind.
Right.
I can hear
Try to
it.
get
Are you
energy
two seeing the
together.
K2 meter right now? No,
No, they can't.
It's
It's going to yellow.
Maybe just lean it up against the Furby. Do you know, like sit the Furby right next to the wall and put the K2 right on it? Lean it on it.
It's
next to it.
Yeah. There we can see that.
Can you?
Yeah. If it lights up, we should be able to see it. Well, there's lighting up.
It's
It's lighting up.
Yeah. Are you
Yeah.
attracted
Let me
to
move
the
it.
Furby?
The energy is right.
Sherry's, yeah, if you hold it on your Sherry, we can see it. If you lay it down, we can't because your name covers it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this for some reason is not working. It's kind of.
Oh, wow. That's a wee cute Furby.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
It's going off.
Interesting.
Wow.
Go
Now-
now.
Because you are streaming, though, you can't put it too close to the K2 or it will start setting it off because of the live.
That's why I moved it.
Yeah, it should be
Oh,
okay
Ghost-
at that, though.
Hello, Ghost Squad Scotland. Hey, Kris.
Hi, Christopher. He did
Chris.
say
Hey,
he might be
Kris.
popping. If he's
Kris,
not
have you-
playing Xbox, probably. Chris, we had somebody coming through the camera talking. We thought it was maybe Mike, if you've been here from the beginning. If you've not listened back, we were talking about Mike helping Bree with a haunted crystal, and we heard voices. It sounded like, well, I assume it was Mike because it was a man. And then the K2 and things. So tell us about your experience, Bree, our exclusive.
So I went away to a friend's holiday house for the weekend. There was a group of 5 of us. We all went up to Rosebud. And
Near the beach here, Drew.
yes.
There it is
There
again.
was
So it is.
there was something that was only able to come in the extension of the house. We're not quite sure why. We're assuming that it was built later and has some association with that. But in the middle of the night, we'd all said that we felt a bit uneasy in that back room.
Right.
And in the middle of the night, one of the guys came in and said that there was someone outside. And he was going out to check who it was. He was almost like that protective personality of the group. He believed he had to go out and find out who it was and chase them off and protect us.
Oh.
So, of course, we all went out because we're like safety in numbers.
Right.
Checked out around the house because there was a lot of trees and things around the house, and there was no one there. As we were walking back to the house, we could see this thing. I can't even say it was a person. It was a thing crouched down on the roof. Just this black mass.
Right.
And so the people that I went away with, none of them were believers in the paranormal. And 3 of us stopped dead at the front door, looked in the back room, and I said to them, "What can you see?" And both of them described a man standing in the back room holding a knife. There was no one there.
Oh, crap.
Right. Wow.
And he was smiling the entire time. One of the girls decided to try and be a little bit silly, and challenge it to show itself and play games and things like that. And the final night we were staying there, she wasn't feeling very well. So because that room was closer to the bathroom, she was staying out there. And she woke up in the middle of the night to a voice that was like a toy that she'd had as a child.
Right.
Saying her name and to come and play.
Oh!
Yeah. I woke up to someone standing over me. But I had a friend pass away that lived in Rosebud. He'd passed away when I was in high school, and I felt like he was there with me, protecting me. He was always a very warm kind of feeling, a very safe feeling. And I was staying in the room on my own that night, and I felt someone get up off the bed and lunge at whatever this was, and all of a sudden it was gone.
That's wow.
So I had someone there with me protecting me that night, but I can't say for sure that it was my friend.
But you probably know, but if that's what your instincts is telling you, it probably is.
Well, earlier that night, I had felt like someone was sitting behind me with their arms around me and just rocking me from side to side, and that was something that he had done in the past. So I just started crying. My friends had no idea. They thought I was rocking myself, and I just started crying.
Oh, that's that's nice. It just shows you, though, doesn't it, that but you've obviously got instincts to know that it's him then. So I wouldn't even doubt that it was anybody else. You know, are you getting anything on that, Sherry? Because I know that Breeze is going crazy.
This went a few times. It's just bleeped a few times.
Right,
I saw
my
it.
mouth was coming wide open and doing whatever.
Right.
Yeah, I saw it that one time, Sherry.
Yeah.
I feel as if Tim's
Did you read Chris's message?
On my house ghost is here with me right now. He's telling me that I put his. Oh, I can't put it up on screen on that. I'm trying to put it up on screen on my YouTube. Wait till I find his comment on here. Show chat.
It says, my house ghost is here with me right now. He's telling me you have a man next to you, Bree. And see, and I saw a male next to Sherry.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And then he also...
Go.
Froze. Then he also said, just arrived, strange things happening tonight, big solar storm hitting right now. That alone can cause spirits to have that much more powerful energy to come through. Look at Sherry's, it's going off. I can see it, Sherry, going off.
There you go.
Yeah, so I did just move the K2 meter, and that is the only side of the Furby that it goes off. So if I hold it above it or on the other side, it's not really doing very much.
Now, Bree, just to debunk it for when people are watching later, run that on the house, on the wall, just to make sure that it's not picking up a connection on the wall, just for someone to say it was wires in the wall or something.
Yep.
So always try to debunk it first and see.
Well, that's why I moved it around the Furby before, and the other sides of the Furby, it wasn't doing anything.
Exactly. It's definitely attached to the Furby.
I'm not sure if you can see that.
Yeah, we can see. I can see it.
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah. So and
and Sherry's is still going
around
too.
But it's not doing it here.
That way
you try
nobody will come up later in the chat or something
and
and,
see?
you know, yeah, that way you've
Since the
debunked
plug
that
still
part.
can you
Yeah.
try leaving us a message who's connected to the Furby?
Bree,
Yeah.
who used to love their Furby?
My grandfather.
I
Oh,
just
maybe
thought of
that's
that.
it. Was
If he's saying that, if because I can read the message too, if um Dad, we gave Dad my or original one from when I was a teenager. And yes, that was a long time ago. And it wasn't the digital one, it was the original mechanical one that had the plastic eyes that blinked.
right.
He loved it. He loved it. And when he moved up here, I gave it to him. He
I
was just
just seen
playing
an
around
orb
with it.
up your
So
wall as you said that.
this was my dad's bedroom.
Right.
Hmm.
That's
So
interesting. You watch that
yeah,
back.
this was my dad's house. So we know he's always here.
Mm-hmm.
But he hasn't been the negative one.
No,
So
he'll be
we've got
around all the time then,
Oh,
protecting
oh,
you.
Sherry's got something going
Yeah,
on.
What
yeah.
happened there?
okay.
It's her.
ball's going. The
It's
ball and the
flashing.
case who's got this is going.
Right. Was that a ball of energy that just swiped right across that screen?
I feel like someone's trying to come through me, and I don't want it because I don't like the feel of it.
Kris is asking, he didn't have a pipe, did he? Strange, I can see someone smoking.
Somebody
In,
smoking.
and where? In Christine's or Bree's or Sherry's?
Who's
We
screen, Kris?
Dad didn't have a pipe. He was
Right, it's
an
not me doing it because I'm
ex-smoker.
bouncing.
He gave
Right.
up
It's not doing
smoking about 40 years before he died.
Wow. It was maybe
it.
just
Oh,
him to symbolise it was him.
are you touching the
Maybe.
ball? Can you go away from it? Whoa.
Your name's right where the ball is, Sherry.
Yeah, we need to
Yeah.
try and take your name down, mate, to fix it.
Can you step away? Can you slow it?
I can't do it. You'll need to take it off, I think.
It's going nuts.
Right, I'll put you up the top screen.
Right, here we go.
Don't see
Look,
it.
we're near the ball. It's these two. It don't do it on this. It does it on these two. And then if I test on the wall, you can see it's not doing anything on the wall. There's something here.
Hey, you seen the white streaky light back
But you
there?
can't.
Can you try and
Like,
infect
here.
the balls in front of Sherry for us? Use all your energy and try and touch the ball and it will flash.
Hi,
Welcome
Iron
in,
Fire.
Iron Fire and Horse.
Welcome, Iron.
So, Ghost Squad Scotland's just said that this man is going from mum to me over and protecting us.
Right.
Dad. It's Dad.
It's okay, we don't mean any harm to them. We just want to chit chat. Unless the spirit is scared in case anything negative comes through the stream. Right,
Dad's always been here looking out for us when we had all the negative energy.
right. It's maybe because you brought the Furby out.
It's really
Yeah,
weird.
my dad passed away quite suddenly.
Oh.
So may as well share it now. My dad was 73. He was diagnosed with terminal cancer.
Right.
When he was diagnosed, they told us there was nothing they could do, and they gave him 3 days to live.
Oh wow.
I asked for a stent to be put in his bile duct, and we got 9 weeks. So
that's hard. That's rough.
he was a very glass half empty person. He was very pessimistic. And this is the one time he said, I'm going to beat this bastard, basically.
Right.
And he was never a sensitive. He got very distressed when I could tell him when his mum was around, because his mum was 103 when she passed away.
Oh, wow.
And he got very distressed because he could smell lavender, which was her way of saying she was around him because he couldn't sense her.
Right.
And when he passed away, he was always determined that it was never going to beat him. And when it got to the point where he was put on morphine because he was in too much pain, he tried to resist all the medications and everything to try and beat it.
Right.
But we got more than what they said we would. We got 9 weeks, not 3 days. So he fought.
That's
So I know
nice.
he'll always be around us.
It's a
Yeah, I think that's
bittersweet
maybe
thing.
who it is then. He's maybe trying to let Sherry know that you're here as well. We're jumping back and forward. He obviously doesn't like the
Possibly.
Furby being out. Maybe he knows that Furby's a gateway for something not too nice. Oh, I just seen something there. Did you see that? Coming up on Bree's screen?
Yep.
There's something black in the bottom corner.
Was it on my
Kris is
left-hand
muted.
side?
Yeah, it would have been, Yep, it was just
There's
right
been
down there.
something moving in my doorway for the last couple of
Right.
minutes. And my
Kris,
left arm is freezing cold.
You
hey,
can put the
Phoenix.
Furby away if you want. You don't have to have it out. You can put it away if you want, if you don't feel it's a good idea.
That's not the
The
Furby.
Furby's on the opposite side.
Right, just in case it was at drawing it out.
Yeah, Kris
No,
says,
no.
I don't know why I'm seeing this, but there's a river near Bree.
Right.
There is, behind the property.
Oh, there you go, Christopher. Is that maybe how they're getting in then? Do you want to tell us a bit about your property, Christine? Because I know that your property is interesting as well. Oh, did you see that on your screen there, Mystical?
Look. What?
It was like that. It was coming in and out on my side anyway.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like your screen turned off and then came back on again.
Yeah, it was like a quick flash.
Oh. See, I don't ever say anything about anything in here because
Right,
my husband will move.
Then again, something went
So
by the
no
camera.
matter what I see in here,
It
it
stays
never
in there.
leaves these lips. He would be gone.
Quite right. Well, he's the same. He does. He hates it. He'll always say, Andrea, you need to stop playing about with that spooky stuff. I can see shadows out there in that hall. And I always say, it doesn't matter because Timber lies out there.
Yeah, he told me today I better not go do an investigation by myself because I wanted to go to the haunted cemetery. He said, not without nobody going with you, you won't. You gotta remember up here, we have bears and packs of coyotes and mountain lions and everything else.
People with guns.
Yeah. Well, I have mine too, but because where he would park would be way down and I have to walk way up to it. He said I'd never get to you in time.
Right, Phoenix.
So
So you want to tell us a bit about your property and that then, Christine? Because it's quite spooky, your house. It's one of the houses that's really old for Australia, isn't it? Something just go past me there. I seen a shadow right there.
I don't know, we're all picking them up and everyone.
I know there's spirits everywhere. They're all coming out the woodwork. Is there something that maybe draws the spirits to your house? I'm wondering.
Well, water always attracts them. We have behind us there is a paddock and then there is a creek.
Right.
The creek last year flooded and came right up to the house. I've got videos of our street flooding.
Wow.
Pretty much most of Heathcote flooded, which is where we are, the suburb we're in. This is one of the original houses. Our property was divided. It used to be a dairy farm,
Right.
and it was divided up and sold off as family members passed away. And my father
He's
originally
chatting.
bought this place as a deceased estate. It's the original house from 1960.
Hello, Silver Night Kyle.
Welcome, Silver Night. Can't see chat, sorry. I need to squint.
Now that's why I've got my computer up so I can see the chat. Other than that, we don't know a heck of a lot. It used to be an old riverbed,
Right.
originally before anybody lived around here. So the soil is actually quite fertile. But yeah, so there actually could be, I didn't even think about it until now, being an old riverbed, there could actually be quartz and things like that underneath the soil now,
maybe. Yeah.
which will also charge it.
Then again, you two are definitely sensitives, I would say.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, because I mean, I think when you go out investigating, do you usually go out together? Is it only you two that go out, or do you go out as a group with other people?
Well, we've only gone to the old Melbourne jail together. I did a lot more investigating when I was younger before I had Brianna.
Oh, right. I thought you went out all the
So,
time together. Right.
No, we're going to go
planning to start.
Right, okay,
Yeah,
good.
we're going to go to, and
We've not
Cheyenne
missed
also. No, Cheyenne also is quite sensitive as well.
Yeah.
But we're going to go and do an overnight stay. There's not many places here that allow you to stay overnight. So we're going to do an overnight at the Beach Work Asylum, which there is actually a couple of investigations and streams on YouTube from Beach Work with other paranormal teams. And we're going to go out with Deb, our witch friend, to J Ward, which is in Ararat, which was one of the penal settlements.
Right.
And J Ward was a prison, then a asylum.
Right, wow.
And Arradale is also in Ararat, but J Ward and Arradale you are not allowed to stay in.
Check out the stream for Saturday night if you haven't already, guys, because I did talk to Christine. Well, we all talked to Christine on Saturday night about some of her experiences. So check out Saturday's stream as well, because it's a crazy place. Yes.
Iron Fire Horse and Phoenix is both seeing something behind, a shadow behind you.
Behind me? Yeah, I was seeing something like here, going past me here. When I was looking, I don't know what it is. I don't feel anything right enough. It's probably just timber walking about.
And Phoenix is saying Bree has something flickering behind her, like y'all were saying something was flickering here. Yep. I don't know.
Drew, you've got something going light and dark on your roof.
Right. I don't know if it's because the lamp's behind me.
Could be.
That could be.
The lights up here.
Yeah. Yeah, when you're moving, it's going light and dark, so it could be the lamp.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's the lamp. Because I caught out with that the other day when we were talking to Lisa Fry on Ghost Squad. And it wasn't until I moved again I thought it's definitely coming from me moving around.
Okay.
So do you want to tell us something about some... Sorry,
I'll be back in a minute. But I will leave the screen on in case something happens.
Yeah, in case he decides to jump on at us. What's happening, Sherry?
I think somebody's trying to come through me. Because you can see that it's not flashing. I put myself... They're coming through me.
Trying to come through you.
Yeah. So, it's all legit.
Oh my goodness.
And you don't have no... Sherry, you don't have no rings or jewelry on that hand, correct?
Even if I take it, I've got one ring. I've took it off. But he's still
Okay.
doing it.
Okay. Just so when people are watching back again.
As you see, guys, like I got nothing on my hand now. Yeah.
Yeah. Just so that when people play it back,
channeling.
yeah, you can see it blinking.
Because they know you usually channel.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
for
'cause
anyone that wants to doubt what I do, there you go.
Right. That's why I said that, just that way nobody can say, they know you've debunked that
I'm going to
part.
keep that off as well, actually, just in case. I should put a ring back on. It's not. Oh,
That Furby's flickering. It's going up and down, and no one's in the room.
So it is.
Yeah, I see it. I can see it flickering.
You want to take the K2 meter right to red, and then we know you're there?
Kris says, ask Bree, ask out loud if she's akin to make the EMF to flash. Oh, if it's a kid, to make the EMF to flash.
Right.
I'll go in the room. Hang on a minute.
I'm just reading them, Drew, because I know you're having a hard time
Yeah, I
seeing
can't
it with
see
your
them,
phone.
guys. Thank you, Mystical. I can't see the comments on my phone, guys.
Can you go in your room?
Right, bye, Silver Knight. He's leaving.
If there is
bye, Silver Knight. Catch you again. Thank you.
It's flashing now with you not.
You be well as too.
Kris is sensing
Peace
it's a
out.
child here.
Can you try take the K2 meter right to red, and then we know you're there?
Yeah, you can see
There
that
you go.
K2 meter is just like going off, yeah.
You can see it went right up to orange there. You seen it?
Okay. I'm back.
I hate saying this, but we also may have another person be part of our family here in the spiritual form soon. Because somebody that's family used to live in this house is passing away of mesothelioma at the moment.
Right.
Kris says he has a feeling it's a child.
Yep. So if you're a child that's in this room, this device is not going to hurt you. But could you please come closer to it and make it go up to the red light so we know that you're here?
They're definitely proving they're there.
Can you touch the Furby or can you touch the meter to let us know that you're here? Or you're here with Bree?
When you're asking the questions, it's like a voice, a sound's trying to come through.
You hear that? I heard that.
Mm-hmm.
I keep getting a height in my heart rate.
Bree, can you say Dad by name, first and last name?
Then I'll put the spirit
and ask
box
if he can send it up.
I'll put spirit blocker on, and that way it'll stay quiet, right?
William Day, if you're here, can you please touch the Furby or that EMF meter and make it go up to the red?
Hey, honey, Lee's on here. Lee heard the voice also, and so did Phoenix. Because she was asking questions, you could hear it.
Which, as you were saying that you could hear a voice, the EMF meter was going down, which I guess would make sense because it would be moving away from it and probably closer to my phone.
Yeah, because I have a full body shiver, and I only do that when there's something like really close.
Can you try using this device to talk to us? If you come close to this and talk, it can pick up what you're saying and translate it for us.
I'll see if I can get the ghost tube up on my computer.
It's still blinking there. While you're doing that, you know what I learned, and y'all need to try it too, but I don't know what software to use, but maybe y'all can figure it out. If you're on the Neprophonic and you know it's spitting out words, if you go back after, if you're videotaping it and you go back afterwards and you have software that you have on your computer, it will play back in sentences, and it will be a complete different sentence. It's like sometimes the spirits will say stuff and it will be turned around backwards, but when you play the video and on the software play the word backwards, it will be a whole different word, but it will be a known word.
Right.
Sometimes even a sentence.
We'll see if they will talk through necrophonic. Is there anything you want to say? You can use necrophonic so we can hear you. Try talking to us through this device, please. Who's the message for?
All through. Good.
There you go.
Drew, are you gonna get unmonetized?
I'll be okay.
I just reminded you just in
I know, I
case.
just remembered. I was like, oh dear. Hang on. It was only lit for a second. Liam, that just said, thank goodness you reminded me. Can you try using this device to talk to us? Who's attached to Bree's Furby? Who is coming through the mic? You can use this device to talk to us.
There's something in one of those rooms. I can't pick up which one it's in. There's something in one of those rooms because besides me getting a cold chill,
And Christine,
it's hurting my it's actually hurting my stomach.
right? Are you affected mystical?
Yeah.
Are you a kid spirit attached to the Furby? Is there anything you want to say to Kris and Bree?
Bill, are you here?
One at a time, please. There's about 4 spirits trying to talk at once, one at a time. Who is it that wants to communicate with Bree and Kris?
Kris says ask Mike to come and help.
Mike, can you step into the room for us? Mike, can you tell us who's around Bree and Kris?
No.
Here's something about Phoenix there. Do they need to be worried about anything that's around?
I've got something over here.
Bree, what is it you want to say to Bree? Was it you that tried to stop the stream the last time Bree and I spoke?
Come up.
Come up, that just said come up.
Phoenix, Phoenix says, I think it's with Bree in her room. That's what I feel. My chest, like it's hard to breathe. And see, my stomach is like.
What do you want to say to Bree? You're attracted to Bree's energy?
Bree, put the K2 near you.
Are you attached to Bree to protect her? Is it our friend?
No, I don't feel like it's friendly.
Don't know. Is that why Bree's got as many protectors around her? Because there is something negative there.
Remember I said my left arm was cold?
Look at it. Yeah.
Right, there you go.
It's all lit up.
Who's affecting the K2 meter? Tell us. I demand you to tell us your name.
Bree, tell it it has no power and it's best time to tell it to leave. From Kris.
You have no power here. You have no power to be here at all, and you need to leave. You're not welcome here.
Leave, that just said. Mike, if you have the power to help Bree, can you help her rid whatever negative is there for her?
Sherry, are you okay?
Whatever's here is quite strong. My room is actually, all windows and doors are protected by selenite and amethyst.
Wow. You need to
Bree,
cleanse
take
after
the
them
selenite off your door.
so it can get out. The little girl come. Who's the little girl that's going to come? What's with Sherry?
Sherry, are you okay? Sherry.
Who's trying to channel through Sherry? The boy? What boy? Maggie, what boy is it? Maggie, you tell us what the boy's name is. Why is all the
He's feeling
spirits
something in the room with Sherry.
Why is the
Sherry's room
spirits
looks very
attracted
dark.
to Bree?
Sherry, look up at the
Sherry,
camera.
is there anything it's want to say? The spirit that is trying to channel through Sherry, can you tell us what you're wanting with her?
Drew. Look
Yeah.
at Sherry. Look at Sherry.
Sherry?
Yeah.
Sherry,
Turn
you
this
okay?
off. That's okay, she's channeling, she's done it before.
Yeah, but I'm looking at her face when she looked up.
Sherry, you okay?
It wasn't her.
Whatever's with Sherry must leave now. You're not allowed to enter her body, you must leave. Can Sherry's guide rid what's there? Sherry, try and pull yourself out it. Shake them off. Come back round, just listen to my voice and come back. Anything that's with Sherry must leave her alone. You must leave her now and come back over to the other side.
See her deal. Sherry!
Put the selenite back up.
Sherry, come back.
Right. She's back.
Sherry.
She's back. She's back, guys. Sherry, you back?
Bree.
You
The
okay,
K2
Bree?
hasn't stopped going off.
It's okay, put your selenite back up.
I'm not sure if you can see that.
Yeah, I can see it.
There's nothing electronic around that. It's literally sitting on my bed.
Let's all
Sherry,
of
what
us
are you
right.
seeing? You need to shake yourself out and tell us what you're seeing. It's a pity she couldn't write or something when she's like that, so that she can try and describe what's
Sherry,
going on.
Sherry, we're sending love and light. Sherry, we're sending love and
Mary,
light
you're all
your
right.
way. Sherry, we're sending love and light your way. It must leave. It cannot attach to you. It does not have permission to be there with you. It has to leave. It must leave now. Release Sherry. Shake it off, Sherry. Breathe in and breathe out real deep. It's letting you go. Now stay calm. Stay calm, Sherry. It's leaving. Stay calm. We're sending love and light your way. It's leaving. The light's gone off. It's okay, Sherry. Breathe.
You'll be okay.
Breathe, Sherry. We're sending love and light your way. You have control of your own body. You have dominion over your body.
Push it out.
Just relax. Let it go. Let it go. It's letting go, Sherry. It's letting go. You're okay. You're okay now. I don't see the one on your side anymore that I saw earlier. Lee, I feel the same way, oh Lord.
You okay? You
I
back?
feel that it will come to me. All right, Lee, get off the video, Lee.
Yeah,
There,
just go.
Sherry's
If anybody
there.
wants to leave the
It's-
chat, you're welcome to go, guys, just in
Okay.
case.
Yeah, it's released. She's okay. She's getting herself together. Lee, go ahead and get off the chat.
You okay?
Yeah.
All right, we got it gone.
Light some incense if you can.
That was horrible. It was
Yeah,
like
light
this
some incense.
You're okay
dark
now.
energy. It was this dark energy, but there was like a child with it. Was holding this
There was
child.
there was
Yeah.
children coming through the necrophonic.
I'm gonna go
And
check
Maggie
on Lee.
was saying something.
I
Maggie
could
was
feel
saying
both. I
something
could feel
about
the
a
energy
boy.
I could feel an energy of a little girl, and I could feel the energy of this negative energy that's attached to that Furby.
There was the chat. The Maggie was saying in the necrophonic that there was something about a wee boy spirit. Where did you get the Furby from? Was it a gift?
We bought
Yeah.
it from the store.
I couldn't even
Right.
control my body. My body was shaking that much. Like the kid was like,
The K2's not stopped going off next to
no,
Bree
this is
either.
this is still going.
You're still going?
There is still, I know at the minute it's aura letting me know that she's there, but
Yeah.
It's gone
Did it?
down.
Lean forward, Bree, because when you went forward before, it went right up.
I couldn't control my body. My
That's
body was
gone.
shaking.
Oh, I
was
know.
just
We could
like
hear
that.
you. You were screaming you were screaming while you were under. I felt as if you didn't come through out that. You usually come out, not a problem, but you were struggling to come out that
finished.
time.
It wasn't letting go.
It because of how
Yeah, you
my
were
head is.
struggling.
At the minute I was trying to fight it. I was trying not to let it in, but it did. I know
Yeah.
the negative energy was in me. The negative energy was in me. Then this little girl was screaming and crying, and my body
I
started.
haven't had a child.
The
here.
room went pure dark as well. That was crazy.
Whatever's attached to that thing, you need to be careful.
Yeah.
So
Guys
we
in
haven't
the
had a
chat,
child
just
here,
remember,
and
keep your protection up. Everybody watching, just make sure that you're visualising the white light around you. Push out anything negative that maybe try to
going to
get
be
in.
away.
Did you like the white light? Put any incense, put any sage, anything, crystals, anything around you guys, just to keep you covered. I'm sorry, but I can't stop it. If they're going to do it, they're going to do it. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Just keep trying to
It's
stay
also gonna be
focused,
away.
everybody. Yeah, I would put it away. Do you want to know something? I would use that as a. Maybe they'll do it in the house though. Take it out the house and keep it somewhere and try and investigate what's actually attached to it.
I'm
Because it's
shutting
funny how
down
the
all of my
K2's
stuff
not
off
with.
because I don't want to be letting them come through anything
Chris,
on mine. So I'm turning
Chris
it all
just
off.
mentioned about my watch.
Right.
Just to point out that my watch was actually on the opposite hand to where the K2 meter is.
Sis, I'm just going to
Right.
turn my camera off. I need a cigarette. I need to calm my nerves
Right,
down.
on you go. I had that problem. On you go. Keep your mic on in case you need us.
Yeah, no, I'll keep my mic on,
Right.
sis, but I'm just turning the camera.
See,
Yeah, get a cigarette.
it's gone because my stomach cramps already went away. I'm not getting cold
What were you
chills
picking
anymore.
up, Mystical? Did you think it was a kid spirit, an evil?
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what it is. That's why I said earlier. I said it's not anything good jumping around each of y'all. And probably
Yeah.
what y'all saw linking here because I've got so much protection around here. Ain't
Yeah, I
nothing
don't
really.
think it. Same here. I don't think it came here. I've got too
No.
much protection around, and
Yeah. See,
timber
I've
sits
got a lot
right
of
beside
protection
me.
in this room.
Yeah, but that's because it's in your house, though. Do you know what I mean? That it's jumping back and forward. But I don't feel as if it did come beside you, Chris.
But I started hollering for it to leave Sherry to send in her love and light because I could tell she was struggling. She couldn't shake
Yeah.
it herself.
Yeah, she
I
definitely
was
was
trying.
struggling
I was
that
trying
time.
so hard. I was trying
It's
to.
because you're no well, though. It's because you're no back to
Yeah, so I've got all of
100% yet.
I've got protection, I've got crystals, I've got everything around me, but
Yeah.
because my head's not in a great mind and it knows
That's
that
what it
I can
is.
channel, it
Exactly.
just it's like, yeah, I'll go for you.
Yeah,
So
that's
just
exactly
for
what
Chris,
it is.
I could see the
this is why
moment.
Chris.
I've not been doing the paranormal recently. This is why I've not been doing it because
Yeah,
I'm
that's exactly what it is. It knows when you're vulnerable.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah,
Picked
so
on you. Just got to step off camera.
just something for Chris. So my watch is actually on the other side of the room right now. I've just thrown it over there, so
You can
you can
tell it
see
wasn't anything
I'm
like
not
that
wearing anything.
anyway. You could definitely tell it wasn't anything like that because even the necrophonic was saying things crazy. There was about 4 different spirits trying to talk at once.
When I was
We do
telling
have
it,
a few.
when I
We
was
do have a
telling
few
it to
here.
leave Sherry, I could see the exact moment when it left her.
That's
the truth
probably
of the
what
fact
it
is,
is.
wasn't leaving
paranormal
Sherry.
is not a laughing joke.
Yep.
It's not a laughing joke, and you should take it very
No,
seriously.
no, that's
It
serious.
wasn't leaving
That
Sherry. I
happens.
went to Sherry.
Remember, Sherry's there herself, guys, as well. There's no anybody can just run downstairs and help us.
Normally,
Absolutely.
9 times out of 10, don't take that as that I can't control it, because 9 times out of 10 I
Oh
can.
no,
and
she
I'm in a good
can,
place,
yeah.
I can, but I'm in a very bad place with things that have
Yeah,
happened.
I've seen you
at
do
the
it
minute,
loads
and
of
I'm not
times.
100%.
I've seen Sherry channel spirits loads of times, guys. You can usually get out it, not a problem.
It wasn't leaving Sherry when you were demanding it to. I went to Sherry and removed it myself.
Did you? Right. Good stuff. I would love to be able to do things like that. There's no problem.
Well, thank you for doing that, Brie, because even Aura was trying to do it and it won't. And Aura's elemental. So, and that was actually recording. I actually had my EVP on the whole time, so it might have caught voices and stuff in it.
Yeah.
It might catch it on the playback.
Yeah.
I didn't
Is
think we could
everybody in
put
the
a
chat
DVR
feeling
on, Brie.
okay? Everybody in the chat okay?
Chris,
Okay,
Chris says he's leaving. He's leaving now. Thanks for
Okay.
coming in.
Thanks for coming in, Chris.
Thanks, Christopher. I'll speak to you in Messenger. If you need anything, let me know.
Lots of
Thanks,
love, Chris.
Good to see you again.
Yeah. If you have got any sage handy, people in the chat, just light it anyway. Because it will be trying to find somewhere else to go. Now,
Yeah, no, that's
banished
what
it.
I've got on at the minute. I've got my sage incense stick and that keeps going out though. Something keeps making it go out, so I have to keep lighting it.
Yeah, I feel as if that's okay. It's just to be safe. Don't be you as well, sis.
Yeah,
It's just
all of
to
you
a little
cleanse
bit of
yourself.
safe. And
As
just
you all
keep
know,
your
energy
white light
can
around
travel.
you.
Energy can travel if you've got abilities and that. So
Yeah,
protect
just
yourselves.
be careful, guys. I will put up a warning. I'll not monetize this video either. I'll just put up a warning in it. You just have to be careful with anything like that. Are you feeling okay, Breeze? You feel anything there with you? Yeah, still there.
It's still beside me. So I'll
So
deal
what do
with
you
No.
feel going on? What do you two feel who's
Bree?
obviously living with us? You and your mum. What do you feel's going on?
This is something
Rhiannon, you've
new.
got no, Brianna, you've got Dad beside you now.
Not on my left, I don't. My right, yes, but not my left.
Thank you for coming in, Iron Fire Horse.
Thanks, Iron Sis.
Thank you, Iron.
I can't
See
see
you
the chat,
later.
guys. See you later.
I think a lot of them are probably freaked out at the minute.
I don't blame them.
They're not used to seeing me being like that.
Oh,
Normally it's really
I know.
positive energy or it's aura and that, and they're used to that, but this was not positive at all. It was not nice.
So we haven't
It's
had
the
anything
minute-
like that for ages at all.
Yeah.
But that's weird though, because the last time we all started to try and speak, something wasn't wanting Brie to talk to us. Remember that?
Yeah.
It cut her
Yeah.
off.
Mm-hmm.
Then she came through into the living room and beside you, Kris, and started talking. So it makes
Yep.
you wonder if it's something that's not wanting Brie to reach out for no help, but to talk to other people that's got gifts and things, doesn't it? Do you feel as if there's anything around you, Brie, when you're out the house and things?
Not in general.
No.
Not in general. No.
You have had a couple of things follow you home from work though.
Right
Yes,
enough, there's your
but that's
job
not
as
every
well.
day.
I forgot about your bloody job. Do you want to tell us a bit about your job and what you do? Goodness.
Yep. So, but I haven't had anything particularly negative come home from work or
Right.
anything like that.
Do you want to tell them what you do? Will I tell them?
By all means.
She does crime scene investigations, guys. Are you the photographer or do you?
No.
What?
So I'm a forensic scientist. I work in biology.
Right.
So essentially things get taken from a crime scene that need DNA evidence come to me. And I will do the necessary testing and take the samples and send them off.
Crazy, isn't it? Have you ever had any energies attached to things that you've took to your work, essentially?
Well, I don't take them to my work, so I don't go to the scenes themselves.
Right.
There have been some unexplained things happen in the lab, particularly if I've been on my own, hearing. I've had a couple of times I've heard someone call my name or something, but no one else has been in the lab.
Right.
Or, someone sitting in the back of the car.
So you're in the lab and things get brought to
Yes.
you then? I wasn't
Yes.
sure if maybe that you were maybe get things from the scene and took in the full
No.
process.
So
Right, okay, so you're in
I
the
work
lab.
purely in the lab.
Right, okay.
But yeah.
But
So
that must
something's
be
draining my
crazy though,
battery, by the
Mum.
way.
What?
Just to let you know, something's draining my phone again.
What is it? Did that happen the
Back in a
last
minute.
time?
It was 100% battery, and it's just told me it's down to 20.
That's what it did the last time.
Yes.
See, I've often wondered if, say, like a crime scene, for example, right? Say somebody dies and like the clothes and things they had on in a
Need a
murder
Furby at the
scene
back.
taken out.
Yep.
As if that-
Sorry
Furby's
guys,
now
just
been
going for a
vanished.
walk.
To see if
Sherry,
that
I'm just
energy
checking on you. Are you okay still, Sherry?
Yeah, I'm here, sis.
Okay.
chilling. To see if
Okay.
that energy followed the actual the evidence to make sure it was getting tested and things. Okay, do you know what I mean? Like, I was murdered here. I'm going to make sure that there's no muck-ups. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Mum,
I
can
would
you
do
just
that.
put that back off my door, please?
Are you okay, Sherry?
Yeah, I'm just saging with the thing about me and that, trying to.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Good.
See, I don't feel as if anything came here at all. I just saged to be safe.
No,
Right.
it was just coming through Mum's earphones. That's
Right.
why she took the Furby outside.
Oh,
It's
is
now sitting
it?
under the dragon's blood tree.
Oh. See, that's interesting. I wonder what it is. What do you think it's actually attached to it?
Well, nothing had happened really, only one time since
Yeah.
we took the quartz out, and that was years ago. This is the first time anything's happened with that.
It makes
Since,
you wonder then if it's been planting the seed in your head to mention it for us to bring it out, for us to
Well,
make
I
you
never
bring it
would have
out.
done that. I never would have
had
said
one
that
time.
if I knew what was going to happen. So
Neither would
sorry,
I have. I
Sherry.
didn't even think. See, it could
Sherry,
plant
I've
a
got
seed.
nothing
I
to
would
be
not have
sorry
brought
about.
that
It's
out
my
at all.
abilities, and if somebody's going to try to make communication because it's pissed off, it's going to do it through the person that can do it. So it's done it through
Yeah.
me. So
So
it's
Sherry,
not your fault.
do you have right there close by some selenite and some black tourmaline right there with you?
I've got my black. I've actually got onyx, which is a really good one. I've got
Yeah,
black
onyx is yes.
I've got my white ice crystal, and
Or
I've also
even
got my selenite on my table bit. It's all here
Keep
near
them
me.
close.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so that Furby playing up happened like 3-4 years ago. It's never done anything since. I did have one instance be probably 3 years ago now, where something did try to take over me.
Right. Was that in the house?
It was
Yes.
in the house, but
Right.
it also left the house with me.
Right.
Yeah. But I banished that myself.
Right.
I got rid
Right.
of that myself, and it hasn't come back since.
Right.
Good.
Well, what about? Do you want to talk about where you learned to banish and things?
I don't know how I know how to do it. It's
I
just
wasn't
like
sure if
I
maybe
don't-
Mike had taught you.
just like no. Just
No?
like I don't know how I learnt to shroud other people, particularly people
Yeah.
that aren't in the same room as me. It's just something that when I've needed to do it, I've known how to.
That's crazy, isn't it?
This
That was
person
weird.
taking over, it was terrifying. I
Yeah.
had thoughts that weren't my own, and that's how I knew what was happening. And I screamed for help, but not screaming using my voice. I was screaming from a different place, and I saw a blinding white light come down, and
Right.
it was gone. And it has not come back since. I do not know what saved me. I just instantly started screaming for anyone to help me. I
You've
don't know
obviously
who it
reached
was
a
that
higher
did.
power through the veils, haven't you?
Sherry, we're
Whoever it
still
was
sending
was
love and
strong.
light to you, Sherry.
You still
Sherry.
struggling, sis? You
Yeah,
still
she is.
struggling?
I'm really starting to not like the smell of this sage, and you know what that.
Yeah,
Oh
we all know
no,
what that means.
that's
Just
yeah.
everybody
Well-
that's still here, just keep sending her love and light. It's gone. It's just the after effects.
Yeah, no,
Maybe
all
open
is
the
over me at the
window
minute
first.
anyway, so nothing will get into me now because all is like standing right
Yeah.
over me. So.
Yeah, it's just the after effects that took a hold, but it's actually gone. I actually saw it when it left, when I was telling it to leave. I could
Have
actually
you got
see
your
it.
crystals on the bed with you?
She's got them in her hand.
Got them in your hand, right?
Okay.
My
She's
daddy's here as well. He's here as well.
Push out some intent for
Okay,
you.
sorry, Bree. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just want to make
No,
sure
you're
she
fine.
knew we were sending her love and light her way.
Yeah.
Yeah, ever since we've had the dragon's blood plant here as well, I've noticed that the air's been lighter here. This is the first time in years that
Right.
something negative has happened. Because dragon's blood is a protection as well.
Maybe we energised it though. We're bringing out the Furby and then us turning the K2s and things on. We maybe just energised something we shouldn't have. Because I wasn't expecting to turn a spirit box or anything on, so I didn't really do any prayers or anything. So
It was going
kind
to
of our
come
own fault.
through. Drew was going to come through anyway. That's the reason it was trying to communicate through all of the
And
technology.
so
Right.
Bree and I always have our protections on here. We
Yeah.
always do.
Mhm.
Ever since I had that thing try and take over, I have had selenite and other protective crystals all around my room, all around the windows and doors. Basically, my room is Fort Knox.
So, what do you feel that was then attached to you?
I don't know.
You know?
I don't know.
Well,
But whatever it was trying to take over.
Right.
And I
Right,
hadn't
now that I've
noticed
taken the Furby out, what's the K2 doing?
It's still sitting at orange.
What do you feel mystical? Are you sensing anything?
well, besides them talking about their dad or grandpa in the situation, the other spirit that was there was very malicious. It was a child. Kris, I believe, hit it correct when he said it was a trickster playing the part as a child, but it wasn't good. And
It's not a child.
It went from Bree to Sherry.
Right.
But by the time it left from Bree and went to Sherry, it was like it grew in power for some reason.
Yeah, I'm quite a strong energy though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I could feed it.
Exactly.
And with all my hurt, well, you got to think all my hurt, all my pain, everything I'm going through at the minute, it fed good on that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's why it's picked
I'll
on
be
you.
back in a minute. I'm just taking the K2 to Mum.
Okay.
Okay, Bree.
I don't think it was picking on me. I think it knew that I can do what I can do, and it wanted to show itself. And because I'm vulnerable at the minute, it's used.
Yeah.
Use that to, you know.
Managed to overpower you.
And so for other people watching, that is a good thing that she said that, because some people they think because they can control a lot of things and they can see a lot of things that they can handle things. But if your state of mind is weakened from maybe a death in the family, or maybe loss of a job, or loss of a house, or the bills are piling up and maybe you don't have money for food and you're stressed, that's the part that it attacks you and comes in. It finds that opening, that one weak point, and comes in. So, people need to, understand that's how things work.
You can be the most strongest and most pronounced channeler in the world, just like myself. Yeah, it doesn't mean you're always going to be able to control it when you're in a negative place. You can't.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Because that's where you're the weakest.
I've always said to you, and I've like card readings or anything. If I've ever been in a bad mood, I don't do my card readings. I don't do my spirit boxes. I don't do anything.
Yeah.
So I know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
and that's
like card readings or anything. If I've ever been in a bad mood.
And that's why I don't do workings if I'm in a bad mood. I don't do the workings.
My spell work if I'm in a bad mood. I won't even touch it. I won't even entertain it.
Yeah, exactly. So I just wanted to throw that out for other people that will end up watching this later. Drew, you're going to put a warning up, right? When it's
I'll put a warning up in
the if I go into investigations, and because you can do certain things, think that you're untouchable, because you're not. Even when you're in a good sound mind, sometimes they can still take you through certain situations. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like the more abilities you have, it almost makes you a beacon.
Yeah, and I do, because I can channel.
Oh yeah.
I can see, I can feel, I can hear, I can, I can do a lot of things. So,
but whatever it is, I completely agree that it was a trickster, and I do not believe that. As much as I believe that you're seeing a child, I don't believe that that's what it is.
No, it's
well,
not.
that's exactly right. It's wanting us with our eyes that can see. It's wanting us to see that it's a child, but it's not. It's a trickster. No, it's trying to fool everybody looking.
Yeah, to make them think it's that.
It was like a girl. It come through as a little girl at first, and then you could hear like weird sounds coming out that weren't like a little girl. You know what I mean?
That's right. So
you'll find like a lot of negative energy. They won't show themselves.
Hello, Diabolical Debbie.
They always want to go through being a child. A lot of negative energy comes to you as a child, because it's easier to invite them in. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
that's why I said at the beginning, when I said I could hear a man's voice, but I could also hear a softer voice in the background. That's the one that it was trying to pass itself off as someone young. Like a child, a kid. That's what I was hearing, and that's what I was picking up at that time.
Yeah, and I'd said that I'd seen like a black mass, a very tall black mass next to that Furby. I did say that on it.
Welcome in, Debbie.
Yeah.
You'll need to watch back. Honestly, that was very scary there.
See, the only time that I
Just
normally
remember
have something
protect yourself,
happen,
though.
the only time I normally have something happen when I've been talking is when I talk about the Hat Man, not generally describing other things. And
that's
like
crazy,
last time
isn't
we
it?
thought, well, last time we thought that maybe it was someone warning us not to talk about it, whether or not that could invite him back because we haven't seen him since we moved.
Yeah, maybe.
And a lot of us have had experiences with him in other places as well. We've had some very negative. I've had problems with him since I was young.
See, that's weird that we've all had experiences with him, isn't it? And then we've all came together. Have you ever came across the Hat Man, Mystical?
Yes, but the Hat Man that comes that I see, remember I showed y'all a picture? I call him the Blue Cowboy. Remember? That one. He never, when I see him, he's never in the dark blackish form. He's always in the blue form.
He's always in the black form. Anytime I've seen him, pure black.
Yeah, he's always pure black on me.
No features, no nothing.
Yeah. When people say they see red eyes, I've never seen any sort of facial features apart from the smile.
Well, I've never seen that one with red eyes, but I've seen, and I showed Sherry and Drew pictures before of huge red eyes staring at me.
That was crazy.
Yeah, because I've got a lot of pictures that I take, and these eyes follow me when it's not at my house, it's another house, okay, but it overlooks my property. So when I'm out working, I can see the eyes. It's just black in the background with the big eyes, and it follows me. Yeah, wherever I'm working at, it follows. And I've told my husband, I'm like, when those eyes are there, don't look at it. Don't make a comment that you see it. Just ignore it and keep doing what you're doing, because its eyes will follow you. Everything that you're
in the dark
you're doing.
Phoenix. I think that's his comment for him. There was somebody, when we all seen him in Parachills that way back then, there was a case at the time, I think it was in Texas, the woman had actually seen him with a knife in her presence, and we were all saying at the time, do you realise the amount of energy that takes for even a spirit to manifest an actual item over on the other side and use it? So it shows that he's a strong spirit with that aspects of it. He's actually now managing to carry a knife and use it in his manifestation. And do you know why that would?
He attacked quite a few people when he attacked quite a few people in that company as well. He'd come after a lot. I was one. It felt like I was being stabbed in the head and in the stomach. There was other people. One person.
Five of them, wasn't there? 1v1, he took everybody down.
Yeah. We all got affected. It was horrible.
Yeah, but it was really bad.
I do feel a little bit better now. I feel a little bit more relaxed.
Yeah, I can start to see. I can see a difference. I could the minute it hit Sherry, I could tell. A minute it could, because her facial expressions changed from. Even though she was looking down, I could see her cheekbones start to, like, you know when an animal starts to growl. And
the quiver.
They do, they do this. I could see that on Sherry immediately, and I was like,
I was going in and out. I was fighting it at that point. So I did hear a growl. So I don't know if I caught that on the EVP. So
that'll be interesting to listen to that back, because there was definitely voices before it happened. So it makes you wonder if it was maybe your dad, Kris, trying to warn everybody to stop what we were doing, because we were kind of talking to it on the necrophonic show.
Bria and Christine, since y'all have not seen it, look.
Oh, can you see that? No.
Oh, there's a camera.
I can see something, but I don't know what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Oh, there, I can see it. Is that the hat? Is that a hat he's got
Yeah.
on? And then
Yep.
the white face, and then the
Yep.
body.
Can you?
Yeah, you
I
don't
can
see
it.
you don't see
Mystical.
any facial features
No, you don't
on
see
him
the
at all.
features and that, but you can see the
No.
hat and everything. That's crazy,
Mystical.
isn't it?
Can you send that to Drew so she can share it with me so I can see it on Twitter, please?
Yeah, I can send it to Drew.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ellen. Yeah, I mean, when you were talking to Brie about her abilities, I have never been taught anything about paranormal. I've
Right.
told you, Drew, because I mentioned it on Ghost Squad Scotland. I was young when I saw a Native American Indian, and I saw her
Yeah.
every night. We're still waiting for these pictures from the person that does the spirit guide drawings, because I still want to see if it was her.
Yeah. Interesting.
So, and my sister lived in Tasmania, which is another, well, they say it's a state of Australia, but it's across the Bass Strait.
Right.
And it's an island state of Australia. And she had, for lack of a better word, a wraith haunting. And
So that's
my
one of
niece
these
was,
skinny things, isn't it? Like a skinny skeleton type of
um,
entity.
this one was more like a reaper.
Like if
Right.
you imagine a Grim Reaper, that's very similar to what it
That
looks
was
like.
like the one that
Right.
she had. And I had never, ever done anything in the way of astraling or anything. I have learnt because I've lived in quite a few haunted houses, and I ended up going there. I described her house to a T to her. I could tell her what was going on in her house. I could see everything.
Oh,
And
Woody's back.
between
Yeah, it's okay.
yeah, Woody's back.
That's your
Between
Woody
most, it
woodpecker.
actually sounds like an old school cinema projector.
Yeah, it does.
Doesn't
away.
it?
Did it go away?
And that's still there. And I ended up my minister, quintessentially. My minister was Scottish, Drew,
Oh wow.
and he got in touch with someone because most ministers here, if you talk about the paranormal, then they'll look at you like you need to go into a lunatic asylum.
Yes,
They're
that's
just
like here. Yeah.
but he listened. He believed he's experienced paranormal himself,
Right, that's
and
good.
he actually got hold of someone he knew in Tasmania who went and, for lack of a better word, exercised her house.
Right.
Still there.
But it wasn't until later on that we found out her now ex-husband had made his own Ouija board and
Oh
had
right.
done sessions.
Well, their Dash come to see if you're okay.
Oh, my
Oh
God.
yeah, he's checking her.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
He's
checking.
Yeah.
puppy.
Oh, he's checking Mummy's okay.
Drew, I sent it to
Okay.
your Instagram.
Right, okay, dokie, I'll send it over to Twitter. Right,
And
I'll
the thing
find
is,
it.
he knows when it happens as well because he'll back off. He don't come anywhere near me when it happens, but he'll sit there staring, and then after he always
Oh.
comes up and makes sure I'm
Well,
all
it
right.
shows
But
it's away then, doesn't it?
Yeah.
that's good though,
Sounds like
so
my
it
cat
doesn't
that was
leave you and
tormenting
go into
Brie.
him.
Well,
Yeah. I always protect him. I always put loads of stuff over him. He's never been affected yet.
Good.
Love you, baby. No.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
so I've never learnt how to use abilities that I have. It's just
instinct.
what's been there at the time. Yeah.
right.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was like. I was never educated or trained. I'd done it all through experiences and what I'd gone through
Yep.
and things like that. And it's been there since I was young, so it's come naturally to me. So
And we're actually doing classes now with Deb. So actually
not
this
there because you're gonna knock
Saturday,
him
so
over.
it'll be this Friday night for you. Brianna and I are doing aura classes, learning how to read auras.
That would be brilliant, honestly. I would love to do things like
Hello,
that.
Louie.
And
Luz is
she
in.
also
Louie, Luz. How do you say his
Hi,
name?
brother
N-Y.
Louie.
No,
Louie. Oh, he's on look at
He's
me.
like all over me because he's worried, isn't it? That's what it is.
So, and then she's a Reiki master as well. So she's gonna
Right.
we're gonna do a Reiki class with her as well.
I'm sending that over to you, Kris.
Thank you, darling.
Any of you all that just now
Problem.
coming into the chat, Y'all need to watch this from the beginning because it got
Oh,
pretty
guys, you need to watch.
But make sure that you use
worrisome there
protection or
for a
something
while.
around you.
Yeah.
Make sure you have like candles and crystals and stuff
Yeah,
around
make sure you
watch
have
it, eh?
wards up or protective
Yeah.
Yes.
something around you.
Yes.
I will be putting a warning in
Yeah.
the description, guys. So
Yeah, have
please,
all
if
your
you're coming
protection
in,
up.
Well, unfortunately, welcome to our house.
yeah. See, that's
Right,
that's maybe why they've been stopping us for talking. They're
This is
just
the
not
last
going
time I'm coming into your house. I don't know why Drew talks so highly of you. I'm not coming back.
Well, you didn't have an
Prepare
issue
to
with
come
Mum.
with a haunting.
Yeah. I'm just glad we were
Says it.
all here for Sherry.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, I know. You
Absolutely.
okay, sis? How are you
yeah,
feeling?
I'm feeling a lot better now. I'm feeling a lot more calmer.
Is the energy
Yeah,
away?
it doesn't.
Back to normal?
Yeah, I don't feel it around me anymore. I've just got aura in that ear at the minute.
Good.
Yeah, they
Good.
don't
Was here
seem to
straight away.
affect me because whether it's I've just got so much protection up because I've been through what
So
Sherry's
much.
been through. I've been through a lot. I've got a lot of wards up because I have to protect myself with everything that I've been going through.
Yeah, and your job and things, Chris. I mean, you definitely have been going through a lot. That's why when we were doing the thing the other night for the full community, I added quite a lot of names into it because I do feel as if things take a bit of a toll on you when you've got a job like that and things. I mean, it's an amazing job to do, but it must totally take a toll on you, your mind and your heart
Well,
especially, and then everything you're
for the
going through with everything else.
for the first time yesterday, I cried at work.
Right.
Um, One of my residents that's been there as long as I have, and I've been at my work now 10 years, um, she's just become palliative.
Right.
And I've gone when she came in, she was full of piss and bad manners. She was the most sassy person around, but she was beautiful to me. I've never had an issue with
Right.
her, but she was one of those people that had the sass. Then she got advanced dementia, and it's really hard to explain. But she turned from a very prominent, powerful person, very similar to Sherry in the sense of her demeanor. She was a
Yeah.
very strong, powerful person,
Uh-huh.
and she talked like a 2-year-old child. She was reduced to that,
Heartbreaking.
terrified,
Dementia's
intimidated,
horrible thing
everything.
to watch.
Yeah.
And
Heartbreaking to see it.
she just became such a different person, very scared. And I'd always walk up to her, talk to her, hold her hand, and she recognized me.
Right.
Yesterday, she became palliative.
Oh wow.
And I went in, I sat with her, I spoke to her. You could see the fear in her eyes. I held her hand and she gripped it so tightly. And when I gave her a kiss on her forehead when I was leaving, and she just looked in my eyes and she just started having tears roll down her face. So
Oh, that's
that
a wee
was
shame.
that's the first time I've ever, ever felt heartbroken at work.
Yeah. I couldn't do it.
Um,
I honestly couldn't do it.
I couldn't I couldn't do it with children. I look
Right.
at these people that I look after. They've had a very full life. Most
Mhm.
of them have had a beautiful life.
Yeah.
And I get to make their passing, the end of their life, as beautiful as I can and make them feel as wanted and as worthy as I can. That's how I
Yeah.
do my job.
I know.
I couldn't do it any other way.
No.
And so I had one person that was in low care. She was still ambulance. She was everything. She was 104. I have
Wow.
someone
Oh.
who is 100 at the moment. Um, so it's, I look at most of it. I go to a lot of their funerals
Mhm.
to honor their
Mhm.
life, but I very rarely let it get to me at work. Very
Yeah.
rarely.
It must help though, knowing that they are going on to a better place and they are
Oh,
going to meet
absolutely.
their relatives. That must take a big burden off your shoulders, knowing this is for the best and they are going to a better place and things. That must take a lot off the burden of it all.
It didn't used to,
Hmm.
but since my mum had her experience when she had one of her strokes and did quintessentially die, I was doing CPR for 40 minutes before the ambulance arrived. And because she came back within 48 hours, she came back to normal. They classify it as a mini stroke or a mild stroke, even
Right,
though she quintessentially died.
right.
And in the ambulance, she was saying, I need to go home. My mum's waiting for me. My grandmother
Oh,
passed away 12 months before that.
wow.
So that tells me that our family are waiting for us.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they're
So
definitely
since
waiting for
that,
you.
absolutely, I know that these people are going to meet their loved ones.
yeah. I know,
So
brother
that
Lou. I
does
hope
make
you're
it easier.
holding up.
Um,
That's okay, Kris.
but yeah, this is the first time, and we've lost quite a few residents in the
Yeah.
time I've been there. We lost one year when we had a really bad flu season here. We lost 13 people in a month. So that does take it out of you when you lose so many.
Yeah,
But yeah, this is the first one that I've actually haven't been able to stop that emotion.
yeah. No wonder though.
Um,
That's because you've met her and she's been she's been like sassy and you've took to her and she's liked you and then you've kind of watched her decline. That would be heartbreaking.
absolutely.
It is horrible.
Yeah,
I've done it as
It is
well. I
hard.
used to do the job that Christine does, and like all of your residents are important to you, but there are just those ones that have that little bit more of a special place in your heart just because of their
uh-huh.
Yep.
characters and what they are. So it does hit you
Yeah,
a bit,
Welcome back,
definitely.
Bree.
Absolutely. Um, yeah, look, they tell you when you start, don't get attached, don't
It's
feel
hard not
anything.
to.
You've got to be sterile. And I'm sorry, you can't do my job if you don't get
If
attached.
you're
no,
human,
okay.
if you're human, you're gonna feel.
Yeah, exactly. Like when they said the same to me, and I was like, yeah, no, I'll try, but it's just impossible to be able to not
You
attach to
can't.
all of them. Some of them you do
Yeah.
can't help it. It's
See,
just
I
their
couldn't do it.
characters where
I
they
would be
are.
a bubbling wreck every time I lost somebody. I honestly would. I couldn't do it. My heart would break every time.
But I think that's why I'm such a strong person because I've witnessed that and I've done that, and that's why I'm so at ease with like the dead and helping them go and things because
But I've
I've
got tears
witnessed
in my
it
eyes thinking
firsthand.
about it.
Yeah.
Louis, sorry to hear
Yeah,
about your brother-in-law passing.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So
Lou,
sorry
darling.
about that, Lou. I mean, take your brother Louis as well. He's lost a lot of people in the last year or two as
He
well.
has.
Close to him. I think a lot of people in the community do struggle with. For all we do paranormal and we're out to prove that there is an afterlife, you still struggle with deaths in your own family.
And that's
It's
what I
still
tried to explain because I think like people think if you've got abilities or you're an investigator or all this stuff because we like work with that every day, they think it doesn't affect us, and it does
yeah.
affect us. Of course, it
it
does. We're
does.
I
still
think it
human. We're
affects
Absolutely
still
you.
it does.
human. You know
It
what I mean?
affects
But
you a
I
wee bit
also,
harder because you're always
I
listening
think it
for
is.
that
Yeah.
voice in the spirit box and things. You're always, is that going to
I
be my
said that on my
gran? Is that,
video the
you
other
know?
week. I did say that on
see,
the video the
I
other day.
think
I find
that's
that people with abilities and stuff find death a lot harder because they know that
Mm,
they know what it is and that it's the end. The end in that way, like not seeing the
yeah,
person physically anymore and think it is hard.
Hmm.
I think
But
it
we
is.
feel, we feel
We
what
feel
other
it.
people are going
Yeah,
through.
yeah, we do. Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
I think I've lost
Hmm.
that many different people in my life that I've just became numb to death. I've lost friends. It's a case of, oh, is that another one? You can become like desensitized to it if you like. Like somebody will say such and such died, and you'll be like, all right, okay. And then you think 10 years ago I would have been crying and saying, but I think because it's all the time, there's somebody dying every other week, you become like so just so part
See,
of normal life.
For me, it's not that way, and I've done this all my life. Like for me, it does still affect me, but I think it's my abilities and stuff because I know the pain and the thing that people go through and that, and because obviously
hi.
we're empathic and we can feel other people's emotions, I think it does affect us a lot more. It's harder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I
and
don't go to
think that's-
funerals and none of that stuff. I cannot go
Well, I
to
don't
them.
go to funerals.
I've done it. I've had to go to funerals for certain funerals, like my family and people like that. My granddad, I
Mhm.
would have never missed my granddad's funeral and that. I don't like stepping into places like hospitals or anything like that. If I have to go into hospital, I dread it because I know I'm never going to sleep while I'm in hospital. Because the
Yeah.
amount of energy that's around me, I can walk past cubicles and I can see when someone's going to die, or I see
Oh,
something leave
goodness.
their body, and it's like, yeah,
Oh. What have
I
you got
try-
to say, Chris?
it's just horrible in that way.
That's why I think when I come on, no offense, Bree, without Bree,
Oh,
a lot of this doesn't happen because I've got so many protections up because of work.
mhm.
We've
Yeah.
got, when I don't have my protections up and I walk into work, it gets very crowded. It's very crowded.
It's not that. You're the type of person that I bet your residents will get attached to you as well. So when they pass over, if they've no family, they probably will just hang with you, hang out with you, follow you home.
Okay. When I first started, one of my residents had no, well, she did have family. Her son lived 2 minutes away from our facility.
Right.
And
Welcome in, camping, cage
She-
free.
she
Welcome in,
was
camping.
very cognitive. She didn't have dementia. She had no cognitive deficit.
What's that noise? There's
Can someone
interference.
hear that?
Noise.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm hearing it. It's my
There's
end.
talking.
Something is playing with the mic and somebody's. That's not.
There's somebody talking. Someone's talking.
My hand's here. That's somebody talking, definitely.
That
It
sounded.
is,
That sounded
absolutely.
Pleiadian.
I just heard the last two words were love ya.
See if I mute my mic. I'll see if it keeps happening.
Is there anything here?
yeah, like Louis said, like electricity voices. That's what we
Yeah,
were hearing
yeah.
at the That's what we were hearing at the
Nope,
beginning.
stop now.
It
Yeah,
must
stop.
be you,
Return your
Chris.
mic back on.
Bree. It's on Bree's side again.
If anybody in the chat is watching this and just coming in, put up your protections, light a candle, light sage, get your crystals out, whatever you feel protected with. This is how all of this started in the very beginning
said,
of
"I
the
love you."
video.
Yeah, I heard I love you, but I also heard Pleiadian. I actually could hear Pleiadian voice as well.
Bree's phone must have went out of charge again. That's what happened last time. They run her battery right down. Phone's died again. She's in chat.
Yeah, Bree says
Join your
phone's
mum.
dead again.
Go in beside Mum.
Yeah, I just told her to come and get the K2.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, this person, she was cognitive, she was palliative for 2 weeks. And every lunch break, I sat and held her hand. Can you grab that and put it on, please? Put it over you. Oh, here, I'll show you. That's it. No.
It's kind of wanting to try to come back through again.
Yeah, can you hear it?
No, not really.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's. Put your phone, Bree, plug your phone in. Plug it in and come back on. Yeah, so I sat every lunch break just talking to her for those 2 weeks because her son that lived 2 minutes away didn't want to come in. Didn't want to say goodbye, didn't do anything. And she
That's
was
so sad.
terrified. She was completely
I've never understood
terrified.
people like that. I've never understood people like that. I had people like that in my home. They had, like, their family just didn't want it to be with them, even though they were struggling and things like that. It just made that used to break my heart seeing them like that sitting there. That's why.
And yet, I've had other families. It's a large chair that folds out to a single bed that we'll put in a room with someone that's palliative, so their family
Right.
can come and sleep. And yet we have families that do that. We had other families that have asked me specifically, how long have we got? And I'm like, I can't tell you that. I don't have a magic crystal ball. But
Sherry,
these
you
are the
still okay?
signs to look for.
I'm
Getting a
getting really
sore
hot
head
again.
now.
I'm actually feeling really hot again.
You okay, Sherry?
I don't know.
I think you're going to have to do the full shebang, like candles and things, and do a prayer.
I've got a candle here. I might put it on.
You want to say a prayer, guys?
Yeah, and while you're doing that, if there's whatever is trying to come through, you are not allowed to attach to Sherry again. You are not welcome to come in. We know you're a trickster. We know that you're not a child. We know you're a dark entity. So you have to just stay away from her. We saw you when you first came in. We could see you. We could check. Her aura was changing. Everything was changing about her. We could tell you are not welcome to come back in. We had you leave earlier, and you must stay gone. You have to
everybody
stay
needs to
Halo
gone.
wood, Sherry?
Well,
Sherry, have you got some Halo wood?
I've got sage.
Okay.
is Bree trying to get back in? Waiting a let her in.
Yeah, she's putting her phone on.
You will not attach to Sherry again. You are not allowed to touch her at all. Matter of fact, you just need to leave her premises, leave her area, and do not come back.
I'm heating even more.
Stay in, Sherry, stay close where we can keep an eye on you.
Yeah, don't go off screen. Till it in Bree.
I need my sage. I want to get my actual sage. I need to go. I need to go out the room, but I'll keep it on so you can hear me.
Okay.
I've added you back, Bree. I keep pressing to add Bree. There, she's back now. That's twice I've pressed that. It wouldn't let you in.
Yeah, I saw it added me and then
It took you out again.
Kicked you out.
Yeah. Wait till Sherry comes back, guys, and we'll just all say a prayer. What's that, Tina? Something is coming. My stomach is turning again, and my chest is getting hard to breathe again. Sherry, burn lavender. Please burn it now. Phoenix, concentrate and put yourself into a bubble with your love and light around you. And just imagine yourself in pure light.
Give me a minute.
If anybody's got candles and crystals and things, you know. I was going to say you know what to do, but most of you will probably already know. Light your candles up, guys. Get some incense, and also if you have got any crystal, just sit with that in your hand for a little while, so that it just dispels any energies around you.
Be back in a second. All right.
No problem.
My mic's still on, guys. I'm just going to go and get something to help Sherry.
Okay.
Remember, guys, us as a group are also powerful if we focus our minds. Yeah, thinking of others. Basically, everybody can do this and help Sherry. All you have to do is clear your mind and push out love and light to Sherry. Imagine a white light and you're pushing that to Sherry's direction. I'm sorry I'm looking down here, guys. It's cause chat's down in my tablet. Way down here. Everybody can hear stuff. Sherry, you okay?
I feel really, really weird.
Just stay on with the Sherry.
Everybody concentrate and we'll just say the Lord's Prayer, okay? Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom
thy will be
come,
done on
thy
earth
will be
as it
done on
is
earth
in
as
heaven.
it is in heaven.
Give us this day our
Give us
daily
this
bread.
day our daily bread.
Forgive us our
Forgive us our
trespasses, as we
trespasses,
forgive those who
and
trespass
those who
against us.
trespass against
And
us.
lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Dear seer.
Amen.
Anywhere near Billy?
Have you got any palo oil, Sherry, that you could just dab on yourself for tonight, just to keep you extra protected?
I haven't got any of that.
Any palo oil? Welcome in, Leona.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Cheyenne, have you got your lighter there, please?
Kid's voices, Phoenix, yeah. I think it's trying to kid on. It's a kid, but it's definitely not a kid. It'll be interesting to see what all comes through when we play it back. Are you feeling okay, Bree?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah, you
I
okay?
am now.
Yeah. You okay, Christine?
I
Yeah,
could
I'm
feel
good.
it before, like almost like it was grabbing at my throat. I could feel 2 fingers here.
Right.
But yeah, I got my little protector down here.
Oh, good, good. A little familiar.
Well,
Put
the
that in the bin
K2
for
was going crazy before, and then I put it anywhere near him, and straight away stopped.
Right.
It went,
Well, there you go.
It went right up to the orange, and I put it near him, and it just straight away stopped. And now he's just left the room, and now it's going nuts again, exactly where it was.
Oh, wow. Doesn't
So-
like cats.
Does not like cats.
Interesting. That's what you felt at Hard to Breathe, Phoenix. I have definitely focused the love and light around you. Envision yourself and sitting in a bubble. That's what I'm doing right now, and I feel dead calm. Right now, I
Yeah.
feel as if I'm actually sitting in a bubble of light.
Sherry,
I've shrouded myself, and I've pushed everything out of this house.
Good.
So I have this that's burning dragon's blood and lavender.
Oh, that's
Sherry, and I
lovely.
have, yeah, so
Yeah, that's nice.
and I have my Palo Santo.
Beloved.
Yeah.
That's it, Debbie. Don't give in to the fear. That's it. It's just because Sherry stays herself, I worry.
Sherry, you okay? Are you still feeling anything?
I just feel sick.
All right.
You maybe better being sick.
Drew, I'm gonna say
Yeah.
a cleansing. I'm gonna say a cleansing prayer. Okay.
Okay, no problem, sis. On you
Okay.
go.
This is a cleansing prayer, and this is for all of us and everybody that's in the chat.
Oh, I think I'll put some.
Okay. To protect and cleanse this property, I ask for any of my guardian angels, any archangels, spirit guides, ancestors, loved ones. I ask that the 4 elements, earth, air, water, and fire, and any other spirits that looks after us to help with my prayers to stay in place. And at this point, let's all visualize holy water because we're on screen. Placing these drops of holy water on these doorways and mirrors around the perimeter of the home to protect us and anyone else from anything negative, so that nothing comes through our portals, any portals. I call upon Archangel Michael, the protector, to spread his wings and hold up and shield of armor and use this sword to protect us. The house and property that has malevolent energies is not welcome, and my prayer is set and done. I ask for any of my guardian angels, any archangels, spirit guides, ancestors, loved ones. I ask that everyone come in and help. I call upon the guardians of the watchtowers of the north, the south, the east, and the west. I call upon all benevolent spirits of this land that can assist me now, as well as my personal guides and guardians. I call upon Archangel Michael and all other angels who are able to assist with the protection and cleansing of this land for all of our homes. I call upon my ancestors, the ancestors of the land on which we all stay at now, as far as the eye can see. I ask you to grace me with the presence, protection, and blessings as I carry out what is for the highest good of all of us. I call upon my Creator, the source of all things, to be with us now. I pray that you walk with us and assist us in restoring balance to our places. Help me to remove anything negative that does not belong here and to reestablish dominion for all who do rightly belong, hail, and welcome. May any negative actions that has been done in error or in malice here be undone. All negative intent and energy removed from this place and be replaced with love and light from the source. May all who dwell here be blessed in pure white light and love and emanate from the depths of the grounds of which we stand. Through these homes, through these hills and beyond, may my Creator hand touch everything my eyes can see and bless and cleanse with the energy of pure love from above. May those who passed find peace and walk into the light, and those who don't belong here return to their source or be cast out by the hand of God. Only love abides here. If they do not reside with love, then they have no place here. I ask for your blessings, protection of our land. I ask for energy of the highest to cleanse and resonate here so as to remove any trace of darkness or negativity. May all negative energies run from the white cleansing love, light of love. And so it is, so mote it be. I offer deep gratitude to all who have heard my call for help with a sincere heart. May your blessings and protection resonate forever on our lands. Thank you for walking with us today. Go if you must, stay if you will, hail and farewell. It is done. This is my will, as I will it, so mote it be.
So mote it be.
Oh, I feel totally cleansed now after that one, guys. Do you feel okay? That one definitely did it. Yeah, it definitely did it. How are you feeling, sis, Sherry?
It's just really random. It's like it just keeps trying to come and go. Like it can't fully get in, but it's like affecting me by like heating me up and stuff. Like it's trying to toy with me, but
because the energy actually got in you.
I felt it step back a little bit when she's done that prayer. So
it's trying to
because
weaken
the energy got in. Yeah. You okay, Kris?
I'm good. It keeps trying to turn off or blow out my incense and Palo Santo.
I definitely.
I have to keep going back to the thing because it keeps blowing them out.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm going to end the live stream, okay, just so that we can go behind the scenes for a wee 5-10 minutes.
Don't worry about it, guys. Okay, don't panic. It will be sorted out. Don't worry.
Everybody in the chat, remember, just keep a wee eye on yourselves as the rest of your day tonight. If it's night time there or if it's morning there, like Australia, keep an eye on yourselves all day. Just keep checking that everything's okay. Because if that entity has been banished, it will be looking for somewhere to go.
Use all your protection stuff, guys.
Just protect yourself, guys. Most of these in the chat that I can see know how to do it.
Yeah.
Anyway. Right, okay, I'm going to end the chat. I'm going to end the live, guys. So you all stay there a wee 5 minutes, people. I'll end this. And then we'll talk. I'll get the screen up.
Bye, everyone.
Lots of love and
Thanks
light.
for coming in, guys.
Love and
We'll
light
go
to
for a
everyone.
video. Wait till I find the screen. Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming.